Hi. If you're here, then I am pretty confident that you know what it's like to wake up determined to have a productive day, only for stress, self-doubt, or one unexpected setback to completely throw you off track. Your brain is moving a mile a minute, but you can't seem to focus. One client issue, one bad email, or one unexpected bill, and suddenly you're spiraling. You know that you're capable of more, but the emotional overwhelm is continuing to get in your way. What if you didn't have to white knuckle your way through that emotional stress anymore? That's exactly what I'm going to teach you inside my brand new workshop, Regulate Before You React. So, if you are new to me, hello, my name is Becca, and I help other ambitious women just like you regulate their emotions, stop self sabotage, and scale their businesses without burnout. And if you don't have a business, no worries. Everything I teach is applicable to all other areas of your life as well. So, it's also going to help you thrive in your personal life. So, I know what it feels like to feel like your emotions are running the show. Been there. I used to spend I spent years pushing through stress, trying to get my shit together, only to end up exhausted and even more overwhelmed. And as a registered nurse, I saw firsthand how your stress impacts not just your mental and emotional health, but your overall physical health and well-being, right? So in 2017, I started my coaching journey, but it wasn't until 2019 I started getting curious about ADHD. And it wasn't until a couple years after that that I was diagnosed with ADHD. So it was when I started getting curious with it that things started clicking into place. And I realized that the struggles I faced, they weren't like, for one, I wasn't the only one. For two, like it wasn't just something I was dealing with because I was like really ambitious. And it wasn't just about my willpower or me being disciplined. I realized like, oh, like this is actually something like I'm struggling with something else entirely. And that ADHD was amplifying how I was able to focus, how I was able to regulate my emotions, how I was able to manage my priority list, manage my to-dos, like manage like being a mom, being a wife, manage my business, manage dealing with my job. Like I realized that it was about how my brain was wired and that I had went through some stuff in my life that made the tools that I used to use and rely on not be near as effective as they used to be. And I had to learn different things to like different tools and skills to regulate myself better so that I could show up who I wanted to be as the version of me that I wanted to be. So since then, I've turned my coaching business into a multi six-figure coaching practice. I've now worked with over 300 clients, teaching them some of the very things that you're going to learn inside this workshop. And excuse me, I'm not just a coach for ADHDers. Like, yes, I'm a certified ADHD coach. I'm also a certified health coach, life coach, transformational and mastery coach, and master NLP practitioner, also certified in CBT. So I know how to help you do the things and gain the tools and skills so that when you have the new tool in your toolbox, you also have the skill set to know how to use the tool. Because having the tool is great, but if you don't know how to use it, it's kind of fucking pointless to have it. So I help you like bring it together. So what I get to do now in my business is I get to teach practical science-backed strategies to help women like you, like me, regulate their nervous systems, better manage their emotional regulation, and freaking stop sabotaging themselves so they can finally get out of their own way and have the success in their life and their business, if they have one, that they've been dreaming of. So, all of that, like I'm going to teach you some snippets of all of that inside this workshop, the Regulate Before You React workshop, because I can tell you, like, this is one of the hottest topics I deal with and I go through with my private clients and my students is how do I get myself to respond in certain situations instead of just reacting? Because when I react, I say the things I don't mean, I do the things like I just don't, I'm not being who I want to be. So how do I respond with intention instead of reacting to the situation? And that's what we're going to dive into in this live workshop. In this workshop, I'm going to show you how to stop the spirals before they take over your day, how to catch those moments, those triggers that are telling you there's a reaction about to happen so that you know like when to intentionally plan for how you want to respond. I'm going to show you how to stay calm and focused even when you're under pressure. And I'm going to show you how to break the cycle of burnout so that you can grow into who you want to be in your life and in your business in a way that is sustainable. Because that's one of the biggest things too, is a lot of the other course creators out there and coaches that I've had the pleasure of working with, or that I see like their stuff, their content and their products. They're not necessarily things that adapt with you as you grow and evolve. So it's like they only serve you for that one season of your life. These are the things that will grow with you. So they're going to grow and evolve with you, right? So in this workshop, the things I'm going to teach you, it's not about just think positive or just try harder, because that doesn't fucking work. It's about rewiring your response to those stressful moments, to the things that trigger you specifically, so that you can show up as the leader you're meant to be, as the version of you that you're meant to be here. And I've designed this specifically for women like you who are high achievers, who may be diagnosed with ADHD, or maybe you identify with some of the symptoms of having ADHD. Either way, you're ambitious, you're a high achiever, and you have big goals and big intentions, but you're struggling to follow through or to completely implement the things because you're feeling emotionally overwhelmed. Okay. So this workshop is going to take place on Tuesday, April 22nd at 12 p.m. Central. To get access to this, it's $22. It's going to be live on Zoom, but don't worry, there's going to be lifetime access to the replay because I know you're busy, and that's exactly why I want you to have lifetime access. One, you're fucking paying for it, so it's yours. Two, this is a resource I want you to come back to over and over again. And if I say, oh, you only get access to it for a couple days, like, I don't know what's going on in your life. Like, and that doesn't make any sense. So you get lifetime access to the replay. It's yours. And because I want to support you long term, if you enroll to this workshop and you pay the $22 workshop fee, then if you decide to stay with me for like longer term and you want to try out my membership, the regulated and rising membership, then I'm going to apply that $22 to your first month of the membership. And the membership is where you'll get ongoing tools and support and accountability and a community of other women like you, so that you can integrate all the things you learned in the workshop, so you can have someone help you stay accountable so that you can really show up for who you want to be in the life that you're building. So, with that being said, here's your choice. You can keep pushing through the stress alone and keep reacting instead of responding how you would like to, and just continue trying to deal with it. Or you can learn the tools that will help you regulate yourself better so that you can manage your stressors better, so you can stay in control longer and live your life with more confidence and grow your business with more confidence. So if you're like, hell yeah, that's what I want to do, then click the link below to secure your spot in this workshop now and take back control before the stress takes over. I cannot wait to see you there. Remember, this is going to be happening April 22nd at noon Central. I will have on the next page, if you're like, hell yes, this is what I want, there's going to be an option to add it to your calendar so that you get all the reminders. So I'll see you there.